Hey everyone, it's Bart and Stacy with the Sound Couple, and we are road tripping it today. This is probably one of our few bigger long road trips. We've been on the road for over 3.5 hours, almost there, and looking forward to this one, Bart, because I think we're in a barn, and not only that, a horse barn.
Yeah, when we say...
Hold on, and a wedding for like 400 to 450 people? Okay, yeah. Let's do it.
So we're skipping the border into South Dakota, which is about a 4-hour drive from our house. And yeah, it's a residence, at a residence, Stacy, and it is a barn. And when you think of a barn these days, you think, oh, it's a wedding. That's kind of the new thing, or a newer thing where they're taking bars. But no, this is a real barn. Well, maybe not like that barn right there, I hope, but maybe better than that barn. We don't have as many road trips this year as we did last year. We still got our Pecron right here, though. This is cool. We like that. So if we need power here, we got all the power we need. That's okay. We don't have to be trekking across the state every weekend. So we're good with it. But it's fun to get out on occasion. This gig, Stace, we got a 5 or 6 piece band. We're gonna have a couple in-ears. Just to I'll show you the rig when I get there, but I've been sneaking this in-ear stuff under Stacy's nose now for the last couple of years, adding belt packs, and now we just completed our build of our in-ears. But we're leaving. We go. All right, we're in South Dakota officially. So this year it's been about getting some PSM 300s for wireless in-ear mixes. As of now, we're able to do up to 4 mono mixes. We'll be using 2 of them. I got the rig completed finally with a little drawer in it and 2 PSM 300s rack. So we're going to use those today, even though the drummer is on one of them. I just want to make sure that everything in there is working as we need it to. Other than that, Stacy, I mean, we're really kind of off the hook on this wedding as far as what we need to do. We don't have anything to do with the service or the pre-music. We're just there basically for some speeches and the band. Of course, they got us to the short way of the room, and it's a 200-foot long building. We'll just take our CDLs and turn them out a little bit or whatever we have to. It'll really kind of depend on the acoustics in there, but we got a hotel room tonight, Stacy. We'll be staying in Sioux Falls and then driving back in the morning. Come along with us, guys, and let's see what this one's all about. But it looks like a very nice place as we expected.
Okay.
The stage should be probably right in that vicinity, right where the one and only truck that is probably exactly in our way is.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. We got enough space to get through.
All right, Stacy's being traffic director, but we are here and we got to load in. And okay, they did put a floor down. I figured that makes a lot of sense. It's very nice in here and very large. I wish we had a place this big, huh? Think of all the things you could do in here. Wow. Huh?
Power drop.
Power drop.
Yeah.
You don't see it? Well, they said there was outlets on the wall, but yeah, we're gonna have to search for it. We're behind the scenes looking for outlets. That's all. So we got one down there. Where was that other one then? On this side?
What?
Well, that extension cord was down here, right?
Yeah.
So I'll hop in here.
Because that one goes all the way up.
Okay.
That one's like up.
And I can't get back in here, can I? I'm guessing they got something for the camera. Or for the photography.
Oh, down there.
Yeah, they're both used. So are they... So what does that leave us? 2?
Yes.
And then our Pecron.
Yes.
Well, that's what we'll do. And I see another little challenge. The subs are gonna have to be pretty close, right?
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? Are we gonna go with just a single and a high top? We don't have a lot here for power. Well, this is what it's looking like. We decided to go with the full system. It's gonna be a large wedding. We don't want to be underpowered, and we will have enough power. It's not super convenient, but we'll make it work. This room is dead with all this draping in here, so I think the sound's gonna get soaked up really well, so we decided to go with that. And then the other thing, I wasn't quite sure where we were gonna put the front of house or the cabinets. We decided to take up part of the dance floor because it's a pretty good sized dance floor. Stacy's coming back. She had a really good idea. She's grabbing a cart because we're gonna end up storing back behind that curtain, and that way if we have a cart we can wheel. That's Stacy's ingenuity.
Because we gotta go
I just explained it to everybody, so
We got
I
tubs.
said ingenuity, so I'm giving you some credit. Did you? Where are
wait,
the keys?
He's giving me credit.
Where's the? Okay.
Few and far between.
And yeah, right. She's just looking to score sympathy points. So we don't need the comments, or maybe we do. I don't know. She'll take them if you do. Okay, this is the official unveiling of our in-ear rack, and the heart of it is two PSM 300s. Part of the reason why I went with these is just, well, the value and what we're using them for, and we worked with some other bands that use them, and they work well for them, and so we just decided to stick along the Shoreline, and we like Shure anyways, so this works well for us. This unit right here I just received last week, and I bought this used on eBay, believe it or not, and I felt pretty comfortable with it. Just after the pictures and everything, it looked good. And I picked up the Snake a while ago. I can't remember where I bought it, but it's a little 4-channel with the TRS, so we can go right in the back of our board. And of course, the Furman power conditioner, and that's an oldie but trusted one. And that's our new PSM 300 rack.
Okay, what's our other tip for today?
This is called experience tips of the sound couple. These stages can move, and I learned this lesson, Stacy, before you years ago, where I was having the PA was cutting in and out, and I didn't know what the issue was. And at the end of the night, we were tearing down, and we noticed what happened is the stage from all the dancing slid and butted up against one of the braces. An XLR or speaker cable was running there, and the pressure was it severed the cable, and was, as the pressure was moving in and out, it was shorting it out. In this case, that was back in the day when we were running speaker cables. We're running analog or Ethernet cable here, and I am making sure that I'm running it behind the legs, so this gets shifted around, which we got the cabinets on there, so that's adding some resistance, but that's our tip. Big tip for this gig. Okay, everybody, it's 3:30. We technically got till 5:30, but the guests are here. They're on another part of the property over there, and we are making good progress here. I just wanted to tell you what we decided we're going to do with the power. The power, they have this yellow extension cord that comes from over there off the wall. So we're running that to this side, and this is going to power this stack and one monitor. Then over here, they had an extension cord, but somebody pulled it, but we got a heavier gauge one anyways. We got one of our 75-footers right here. It's running, and that's going down that wall and plugged into another GFI outlet. And then we'll run this stack and this monitor off that side. Now, here's the big thing. We have used our Pecron enough, the E3000, at enough gigs that we feel comfortable and confident that we're gonna be able to run stage. Are you gonna run lighting off this too, Stace?
What?
You gonna run lighting off of this? Off the Pecron? Okay. So we're gonna run the stage power off the Pecron. I may run one monitor off the Pecron too. Maybe just spread it around a little bit. So we'll run maybe that monitor back here, and then that monitor over there, and then that and this center monitor over here. But this is we're relying on the Pecron tonight. Otherwise, there's more power way down there, which we could go digging for, but we were given the other option of using that, and I will use the Pecron. That's kind of where we're at. Right, I'll be firing up the system here as soon as I get my laptop up and going. Stacy is, I gotta run.
Monitor.
Huh?
Here's your monitor.
I see what you did.
Yeah,
Is it gonna make it? Okay. Yeah, we can move the Pecron. You can just slide it over at an angle. Cool. Okay. Hopefully I did charge it before we came, and hopefully nothing changed on that. Well, I'm getting ready to fire up the system, but before I do, I've been trying to be better at this, but I'm doing my system checks. One thing I did do is I switched it to compatibility mode, which puts the USB at 34 channel. I'm gonna keep it at that. We're only using one stage box. The clock is synced, that's good. I have the NSB 3216, AVB-D16, which is we use for our wireless mics. That's good. That's good. I gotta switch these because we're gonna make that inputs 9 through 16 as 33 through 34. So you plugged them into like 9, 10?
Yes.
Okay, that works. The AVB-D16 we always run on 57 through 64. That's just what we do. I'll have to go back and assign for inputs there. So it's set to network, but we need to assign it. I get most things ready, but sometimes I don't hook up all the stage boxes I should. I mean, that's the way you cover yourself the most, but sometimes time just does not permit for that. So sax is what, 34?
Yep, sax is 34.
Yep.
Guitar should be 33.
Guitar?
Or bass. Sorry, bass should be 33.
Okay, bass should be 33. Pause for the cause. Teachable moment. This is the
11.
this is the link
12.
button, and it's 11 and 12. Okay, and that's why the pan are going
Got
like
it.
that. And that's what I was saying in the car, is that you can only begin a stereo link on an odd channel. So 11 and 12. Do you see how there is no 12? Okay, she's got it. And then the keyboard line, we only needed the one line.
Correct.
Okay, so this is, usually we just blank them out if we don't need it. And so tenor, we need to get phantom power on, because we're using one of our clip-on mics. And then overhead, we got phantom on that already. Oh, I think I did that at home. And then hi-hat, we need overhead on, or phantom on that. Now I can kind of eyeball my preamp settings. And hi-hat 0, tom, usually around, and this typically works unless they're really, really a unique player. And I know my mics. It's about 10 on that. Pad, we'll have to wait till we get a signal on him. Overhead, whatever. Another reason to put the overhead up tonight, because we got a drummer with in-ears. Even though we may not need it for the room, but we may end up using it for the room. If I know there's a drummer on in-ears, I've been kind of getting accustomed to giving them overhead if we can, just so they don't have to feel like they have to play as hard. We'll see what happens tonight. Will be another test that we haven't worked with this drummer before. So the pad we gotta wait on, bass we gotta wait on, guitar we gotta wait on, keys, he showed us how to turn them on. They're already hooked up, and we will be turning those on. Tenor sax, I kind of know where it needs to be, but hopefully they'll be here so we can double check that, and then the rest should be set. Yeah, let's fire up the system and make sure everything's working. forgot to do one thing, and that was to make sure I got it on our baseline scene. I need to account for the outputs for the 3216s. I just think I keep forgetting to do that. So yeah, I don't have them patched, so that's why we weren't getting any sound out of those, but at least they're plugged in. 55, 56, right? 55, 56, so those should be good now. Now I should have something.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Make it covering pretty good. Covering well.
Hi-hat. So that mic's a little bit more sensitive than that other one. First tom. A little slower. A little slower. Oh, slower. Thank you. Next. Floor tom.
Do you hear that?
I do.
What is it?
It's the gate.
Oh.
And then your pad. Good. And then just tap on your overhead. Perfect. You want to play something? Sounds great. Yeah, nice. Like
I'm cool wherever you stick.
usually the horn guys, you guys get the front. How's the volume? Is it too loud or is it?
I mean, with the whole band, it probably won't be too loud.
Okay.
I noticed I had to get it like too high without the band, and then.
Okay. How, are we there?
That's cool. Yeah, it sounds great. I mean, like I'm used
ready?
to not doing this.
Hey Stacy, we got 5:29. Guests are arriving, and we're finishing up here.
I'm not sure if this is 100% plug in.
Oh, is it? It's not locking.
It's not locking.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that. Oh, this one is.
It should be okay as long as it doesn't get pulled on, but you know what? We need to probably get rid of those, or I need to look at those. I
Okay.
think they're just getting so worn that
Sure.
that's not the first time that's happened,
Okay.
but this turned out nice.
Yeah.
Stacy, gear maintenance is always something that is on our list of things to do, right?
Absolutely.
And this one has kind of been long overdue.
Overdue, for sure.
What do you got going on here?
I recently redid all of our stands and meaning taking off the old tape and repainting them and then reapplying new tape so that they all look uniform and decent enough for weddings especially.
Well, okay, did you mention you repainted them?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
I took off the old tape, needed to sand them lightly.
Did you take any pictures of you doing this so we could show people? We're still trying to get Stacy into the sharing mode here. She's still being very private about all the work we do. Yeah, but she had them all set up in the backyard and sanding them and taking the paint off and goo gone, getting off. So why is the tape on them for?
Visibility purposes.
Yep.
Because they can be a tripping hazard.
And everything has been done on the fly in the gigs before, and so she actually planned it, measured the tape out, so they're the same on all of the stands now, which is nice. But just a little bit of touch. The stands are actually a unsung hero, aren't they? They're critical,
They get used every gig.
and they get beat up and they don't get cases, and
Yep.
so lots of going on. Gear maintenance is never ending, and we're constantly doing it. Let's so the Pecron is at 98%, 31.5 hours left. Of course, there's really no draw on it right now. We've got plenty to get us through the night. In about 6 minutes here, they're gonna do the call to seating if we're running on schedule. And then we got some speeches, and then, actually we got the Grand March, where we're gonna play a Pink song. We got that queued up. I gotta get my phone ready for backup. Bluetooth with the song in case we have a faux pas, which we don't want. And then speeches, and then the band.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could kindly please find your seats at your designated table, then we're going to get this show on the road in short order. Thank you very much.
All right, we are getting ready for the grand entrance. I got the music playing on iTunes. We got the grand entrance on Spotify. I'm gonna have to bring the music down, pause it here, go back to Spotify. I got the mics up. We got the MC mic. We got his mic hot, and then on the user layer here, I got everything right here, so I can quickly get to it. This is like the part that's just always the most nerve. I don't know what it is. Oh, and then we got our backup connected Bluetooth in case we have an issue.
Right.
That's
Connected to this guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you your wedding party. We're going to bring them in couple by couple, and we're going to start. Let's hear it for Michaela and Alec. Let's hear it.
To do a prayer, but he is not. Apparently the mass went a little late tonight, so really appreciate everybody coming tonight, but let's get serious for a moment and say a quick
the
prayer.
hardest part of the night is over now.
Whew, that's for sure.
And what's funny is that if you look at the 400 feet of what we talked about, I didn't catch it on film, but that's when we had the USB failure. And it was the bass player that happened to. And he remembered that. And I was telling Stacy, I was like, that's the things you don't want to be remembered for. But we got through it tonight, and we got our backups, we got our Bluetooth, and the bug is fixed. So it should be good. Now it's time to eat. We never forget to show the food before. Oh, that's a piece of shrimp. Can't complain about that. That's Bert's plate. Instead of showing empty plates, we'll show and a salad. Woo.
Tom Slattery and his team at JJ's is all here. I don't know if Blake is still here. Blake at Ideal Events is a star. He's been working here for the last couple of weeks, making this old barn look like something here. So, Ideal Events, if anybody, this is a little plug for him, a little commercial.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the dance floor for the first dance, Mr. and Mrs. Layton.
Remember just to bring up the lights slight, you know, you can do it quickly, but just don't kind of swoop them up. Telling Stacy to remember not to blast them with the lights, just bring them up kind of quickly, but not, you know. Couple observations, Stacy. Number one, these mats up here is just eating up the sound, which is not, you know, that's okay. But I'm pushing the PA relatively hard for what we're doing here. The other thing is this floor. This floor is the subfloor is hollow, and it's just chewing up all the low energy. So the low end is getting sucked up too. So it's a very kind of a unique situation. Not a really bad problem to have because the dance floor, it's pretty loud up there, but you come back here and it's, and I missed it solo. So yeah, it's, I'm glad we brought in all the PA that we did. We would have been struggling with if we only brought in that one sub and high top. the master speaker packer at work. I bet you're the best of anyone ever.
So instead of pizza box competition, Stacy can do a
Speaker packing.
soda speaker
That's right.
packing.
It's the important things in life that count. Well, Stacy, we gotta. Seems like we're just full of reveals. We got another reveal to show tonight.
It's gonna come in handy tonight.
Yep, that's the reason why. Well, it's just a feature. It's an added feature that we implemented. And
Stacy thought Bart was a little local on it, but I will
oh,
concede that.
well, it's nights like tonight, and we'll show you here in just a minute. But we have the Pecron that's sitting at 69%.
Okay, Bart, what do you got to show us?
Well,
Or show our.
enhanced. So we got the backup lights here, and they're actually floodlights, like on the front. And we just thought, well, we got these great lights. It'd sure be nice to be able to use them more often. So we put in a switch.
Woohoo!
Come over here. We put in a switch right here that we can turn them on. Okay.
Oh, fudgesicle.
One of the legs broke?
Yes.
It is 1:34. This thing's been running since what? Probably 4? And we're at 68%. It did all the stage, a monitor. It's pretty cool. Get a recap here in a minute.
It is 2:10 in the morning.
We are going against our policy, Stacy, and I'm overruled. And we're leaving South Dakota, and we are entering our home state of Minnesota again. And here's the thing: we had a room, and we're driving home. Okay. The reason why we're driving home is it took us a while to get out of there, which we expected. But the room was another half hour kind of out of our way, the hotel room. And I'm wide awake right now. We got things we got to do tomorrow. And welcome to Minnesota. I felt like we just needed to get going. And I got a lot of nervous energy. And so we had the room. We forgot it. Enough of that. We're driving home. Here we are. We'll get home about 6 in the morning. But we'll be in our own bed and all that. Today, Stacy, I think everything went well. We had the 3 mixes, we had the 2 ear mixes. There were some adjustments to be expected. Other than that, not other than that, that's just part of the deal. The room actually worked out really good. The power held in there. Our Pecron supported us through it all. And
Well, hold on. What did we learn about ear mixes?
what did we learn about ear mixes?
Or ear mixes and wearing jackets?
Yeah, that's a good point, Stacy. As you guys know, we're a big fan of Shure products. Their stuff just works and all of that. However, we're kind of new to the PSM 300s and the in-ear stuff. I didn't look at going higher budget just for what we are using it for. It was really hard to justify stepping up. I know Sennheiser has some stuff out there, and actually I know Sennheiser doesn't do what the Shure PSM 300s do. And that is the dials, guys, are just too easily moved and bumped. And the guitar player was using it, and his jacket was rubbing on the dial, and he kept saying his mix was going up and down. And that's really, it's funny, but it's not. It's just, it's a really kind of a bummer. And I looked at a Sennheiser pack, and it just had the little resistance. You know, you can feel it when you turn it, where the Shures just are like butter. It's hard to believe that after all these years that hasn't been a design change. Other than a really drunk crowd, it was getting a little uncomfortable, guys. In fact, the lead singers really did a good job kind of pushing them back. They tipped a monitor over, had their drinks, and it was just kind of invading that space. There's kind of that personal space. They were getting a little bit too close, piling on. The dance floor was wet, slippery.
That is the first time that I think I have ever heard a singer call out the crowd like that.
It was awesome. It's
it
like,
was.
Right on. And they complied.
Last comment, South Dakota is really nice. 80 miles per hour. Once we hit Minnesota,
Yeah,
boo, 70 miles per hour.
all right, guys. We'll see you at the next gig. Thanks for hanging in there with us.
I think this area looks a little bit familiar, Bert.
I don't know if they're going to be able to tell. We've done, I think, 2 gig logs on the Fireman's Street Dance. That is right down the road there. You probably can't get it, but we'll link to the videos. And Stacy, here we are, almost daylight. I think we ended up sleeping for a couple hours here in the truck.
It's 5:21 in the morning.
Am I ready to admit I'm wrong? I was wrong, or would you still rather be in a hotel room right now?
I don't know.
It's gonna be one of those days. But
Yep.
We got 2.5 hours, and it's at least the sun is up enough to where it's easier to drive. You guys can beat me up in the comments. All right.